Okay, imagine you're in Vegas, eyes locked on the roulette wheel. You know that feeling. The ball's spinning. Everyone's holding their breath, waiting to see where it lands. Cardano kind of feels like that right now.
Yeah, I get it. It's buzzing with potential, maybe even a huge GE win.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely some risk too.
Totally. It's like the whole casino's crowding around the Cardano table, trying to figure out the next move.
Right, especially after that 200% surge back in November.
Exactly. So what do you think? What are the odds of Cardano hitting that $1.50 mark? Some analysts are predicting that, right?
Well, let's see. Let's look at the board, so to speak.
Yep.
One interesting thing is this pattern called an ascending triangle. It's forming on the 4-hour price chart.
An ascending triangle. Okay, so for those of us who don't spend all our time at the casino, what does that actually mean? Break it down.
Sure. So think of it like this. The price is bouncing between two lines, right? A rising bottom and a flat top.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
So it basically means buyers are pushing the price higher, but there's this resistance holding it back.
Okay, so like a pressure cooker almost.
Yeah, exactly. Like the tension's building. We're just waiting for that breakout. But which way is it going to go? That's the big question.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've got this pressure building, but are there any other signs pointing to which way Cardano might go? Any other tells like you'd see at the poker table?
Yeah, actually, there are a couple of other indicators. Have you ever heard of Chaikin money flow? And then there's on-balance volume.
I've heard those terms thrown around, but honestly, they sound kind of intimidating, like PhD level stuff.
No, they're not that bad. Think of them like security cameras at the casino, you know?
Wow.
They're watching the flow of the chips, or in this case, the money.
Gotcha. So is the Chaikin money flow showing that money's coming into Cardano then?
Exactly. It's measuring whether more money is flowing in or out, and right now it's showing a lot of inflow.
Oh, wow. So people are putting their money where their mouth is.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then the on-balance volume is it's tracking the amount of Cardano being traded, and that's showing an upward trend too.
So it's kind of like the more people are trading, the more interest there is. So that's good for Cardano.
Exactly. It's like a crowd gathering around the Cardano table, generating a lot of buzz.
So we've got the pressure building from the ascending triangle pattern, and these indicators are saying money's flowing in, more and more people are interested. But you said earlier there are risks.
Right, right. And this is where things get even more interesting. We have to think about, we have to think about the role of the house, in this case, the market makers.
The market makers, right. So the big players who can really move the market.
Yeah, exactly. They're the ones who really control the flow of the game, and they don't always play fair.
Interesting. Okay, so how do they play a role in all of this?
Well, see, they know where all the bets are being placed.
Right.
And they can use that to their advantage. Like right now, a lot of traders are betting long on Cardano around the $1 mark.
Which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
After the recent surge. So what's the problem with that?
Well, that concentration of buy orders at $1, it's like a giant welcome mat for market makers.
Oh, I see.
They might actually push the price down below $1 first.
Really? Why would they do that?
Well, think about it. If they push it down, they trigger all those buy orders, right? And that shakes out the weaker players, the ones who panic and sell.
Wow. So it's almost like they're manipulating the market.
In a way, yeah. It's a tactic to buy Cardano at a lower price and then ride the wave up when the price recovers.
Okay, that's kind of ruthless. Wipe out the small players and then cash in when it goes back up.
That's one possible scenario.
Wow. So they're not just manipulating individual traders, they're manipulating the entire market.
It's all part of the game, unfortunately. You got to understand these tactics so you don't get caught in the crossfire.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. So we've got these potential price swings orchestrated by the market makers. But is there anything else we can look at to get a better sense of Cardano's chances? Like, does history give us any clues?
Actually, yeah, there's something interesting. Cardano was actually trading at a price we last saw back in 2021.
Wait, 2021. Hold on. Wasn't that right before, like, that huge Cardano bull run?
Exactly. It went, like, way up back then. And some analysts are thinking we might see something similar happen again. If the conditions are right, of course.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm starting to see why everyone's so excited about Cardano.
Yeah.
But, I mean, even if history kind of rhymes, it doesn't always repeat, does it?
You're absolutely right. Past performance is never a guarantee, but it does give us some context.
Okay, that's true.
So if the situation now is similar to 2021, like, more people using Cardano, positive updates from the developers, and a generally good feeling in the market, then, well, a similar rally could happen.
Right. Okay, so it's like checking the weather forecast before you go hiking.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be perfect,
Yeah,
but it gives you a general idea of what to expect.
exactly. A good analogy. But speaking of forecasts, let's talk about what could potentially, rain on Cardano's parade.
Uh-oh, you're going to bring me back down to earth now, huh?
Well, got to be realistic, right? The biggest risk here is if the price drops below that ascending triangle we were talking about.
Right, right.
If it drops below that bottom line, that basically invalidates the whole bullish signal.
So the pressure cooker explodes, but in the wrong direction.
Uh-huh. Yeah, something like that. And if that happens, we might see the price fall back to around 0.90 cents.
0.90 cents. Okay. So that's kind of the danger zone then for Cardano.
Yeah, pretty much. If it breaks below that, things could get ugly, which is why that $1 level is so important right now.
Gotcha. So $1 is like the first line of defense.
Exactly. That's where the bulls need to hold the line.
Wow. So we've got this battle going on between the bulls and the bears. Sounds like things could get pretty intense.
He said it. But even with all the ups and downs and the market manipulation, there's a bigger picture here. Cardano isn't just about making a quick buck.
Right, right. I mean, it's a whole platform, isn't it, with real world uses.
Exactly. People are using it for all sorts of things, like supply chain management, identity verification, even voting systems.
Really? Wow. Okay, that's impressive. So it's not just another meme coin, it actually have utility.
Exactly. And the team behind it is constantly working, constantly improving it. So as Cardano grows and more people start using it, that underlying value, it could really translate into a higher price over time.
That makes sense. So even if it doesn't, skyrocket overnight, it still has the potential to be a major player in the long run.
Definitely. And that's something investors should keep in mind amidst all the short-term price fluctuation.
Right, absolutely. Okay, so we've covered a lot. The technical indicators, the potential price swings, the historical context, and the real-world applications. Now, let's say I'm ready to step up to the Cardano table, put some chips down. What should I be watching for? What are the key price points I should be keeping an eye on?
Yeah. So if you're looking to buy in, that $1 level is super important.
Right.
If Cardano holds above that, it's a good sign.
Okay, so that's a good entry point, potentially.
Yeah, could be. But, remember what we were saying about those market makers?
Right, right. They might push it down on purpose?
Exactly. So it might be a little risky.
So what about waiting for a break above $1.20? Would that be a safer bet?
It could be, yeah. If it breaks through that resistance level, it could mean a really big move upward.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so $1 is the first hurdle, and $1.20 is like the launch pad.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it.
Yeah.
But even if we see that breakout, it doesn't guarantee a smooth ride to $1.50,
Right. There could still be some dips and bumps along the way.
Exactly. Those market makers might try to shake things up again, so it's super important to have a plan,
Right. Have a plan and stick to it.
Yeah, set your stop-loss orders, manage your risk.
Hmm.
Don't let the hype get to you and make impulsive decisions.
That's good advice. Solid advice. Wow, this has been an incredibly insightful conversation. I feel like I have a much better understanding of Cardano now.
Glad to hear it. Remember, knowledge is power, especially in the world of crypto.
Couldn't agree more. To everyone listening, remember, we've only just scratched the surface here. So do your own research, definitely weigh the risks, and make informed decisions.
Right, absolutely.
The future of Cardano is still being written, and you never know, you might be part of the next big chapter.